to the vetting of the presidential aspirants of the New Patriotic Party as the governing NPP, led by the former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Michael Quay, has concluded its assignments now, vetting all 10 aspirants that came before the exercise, which started Monday through to Thursday, gave the opportunity to aspirants seeking to lead the party to prove their competence in leading the New Patriotic Party. The aspirants, including the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Abamia, Alan Kojicharating, have so far described the process as successful and hoping to progress to the next stage of the election process. Addressing the media, spokesperson for the vetting committee, Obi Amwa, expressed satisfaction with the performance of the aspirants.
Spent the days here since Monday. Thankfully, today we have concluded on our assignment when we managed to vet the 10th person who has applied to be a presidential aspirant and a candidate for the party. I'm sure you know the distinguished ladies and gentlemen on the committee, and we may not need to introduce ourselves again. The most important thing is that we've complied with the mandate of the National Party to ensure that anybody who has applied to be counted as a presidential aspirant has gone through the process. As the chairman said, by Monday we should submit a report, and if any person has been disqualified, he has the right to appeal to the National Appeals Committee before the process continues. It was decorous, respected the committee, and answered our questions. We've had no occasion to say that anybody has misconducted himself. Even when the person thought probably the question was unexpected, they've answered the questions to our satisfaction. And they themselves are aware that the rules and regulations require that they appear before us and perform their duty as required by the Constitution. To the aspirants was that they should not go out of this room to tell the media what had transpired here. Like the questions we asked them, their responses, etc. We were not in a position to just engage the media outside this premise. So the advice was that we are not going to tell the media what had transpired here. So we expect them to do the same. If you go out and say that, oh, we clap for you, you have gone to tell them that we clap for you. You don't even know that we clap for everybody. That's all that's the advice we gave. So if anybody walked out and said, they said we should not talk to media, we couldn't stop anybody from talking to the media. But not to tell the media what had happened here. Because we are still in the process of completing our assignment and submitting a report to the party through the General Secretary. That was the mandate. We've completed our process. Whether somebody walked out and we called him back, that is part of the process. We've completed the process. The next step is to submit our report to the party. That's the most important thing. We were given a week within which to conduct this process and submit a report. Based on our report, the party will follow on with the timetable. And as has been put out, when they will ballot, when we will do the special electoral college, all has been spelled out by the party. Thankfully, we've gone through the process and no petition has come against any person.
All right, my colleague Samuel Mbura has been monitoring all of the action for us, joins us via Zoom now. Sammy, let's get to, first of all, the numbers. In all, 10, correct?
Blessed?
10 in all. That's the number, yeah. Right?
Exactly, Blessed. They are 10, all 10 who picked and filed nominations have been successfully vetted by the vetting committee that was led by the former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Michael Quay, which the exercise ended today.
Any concrete evidence of, I mean, what the likely recommendation may be on each of these candidates?
Well, the committee has not come out with a clear indication as to those that have been able to go through the process or those that have been kicked out. That can only be determined, or that will only be known after it has submitted its report to the National Council of the party through the General Secretary, and they'll be doing that on Monday. As you heard Mr. Obi Amwa talking earlier about the fact that they are satisfied with the conduct of the aspirants who have appeared before them. According to him, they have met all the credentials that qualify them to contest the election. So we are only waiting for the report that would be sent to the National Council. The steering committee of the party will sit on it between 11th of July and then 12th, and then possibly publicize the vetting report. That's where we get to know who has made it and who has been kicked out. So after that, opportunity will be given to any aspirant that has been affected to submit petitions, if there are any, to the National Presidential Appeals Committee. The National Presidential Appeals Committee will make time to sit on it from the 17th of this month. Afterwards, the National Council and the NEC meeting will be held, which they will now publish the list of the qualified presidential aspirants. That will be on Friday, 21st of July, 2023. So this vetting is actually the third stage of the election process of the flag bearer in the NPP. We know that the first step was the picking of nomination, second was the filing of the nomination, and then the vetting that has just been concluded by the committee. Okay. So we are still monitoring closely to get details as to what the party will be doing next. But obviously, since there are more than 5, what it means is that the party will have to organize a super delegates congress to trim down the number. We do know that after the 2007 flag bearer elections, where we had about 17 of them, exactly 17 of them contesting the race, they amended their constitution such that if there are more than 5, you have to go for the super delegates conference. Then you trim the number down to 5. The 5 will now go into the main flag bearer elections afterwards. Then they will now determine who will lead the party ahead of the general election. So that's the processes that are expected. Okay.
Any comments so far? Any comments so far from the chairperson of the committee, the former Speaker of Parliament?
Well, he told the media that his job was to superintend over the vetting. He has done that successfully. He was okay with the conduct and the performances of the aspirants, so he wouldn't comment further. And then that's where he gave the opportunity to the spokesperson of the committee, Obi Amwa, to address the media. So he didn't make further comments beyond what Obi Amwa told the media.
Okay, how about, I mean, the unconfirmed reports that some of the candidates still made their way back to the vetting grounds just to prove, quote and unquote, some points? What's going on?
Well, information around that is still sketchy. We're still nosing around to get the confirmed information as to what is actually on the ground. But that is the rumor there. We can't confirm that, and we are still following up to get to the details of it.
Someone monitoring the presidential vetting of the New Patriotic Party for us. You're watching the polls. When we return, authorities in the Ghana Health Service are raising concerns about brain drain. We'll talk about that shortly. Please stay.